This story is worse than the headline. You will see that he clearly poses a serious threat to all of the victims in this case, as well as anyone who stands in his way. The diabolical extremes to which he went to cause horrendous harm to his wife and his own child are shocking to most people. He has demonstrated that a court order isn't going to protect society from him. Christmas of 2022, his wife called police to report that he assaulted her. This is the right thing to do, not just for herself, but for her child. Domestic violence does not get better without intervention. He was charged with assault. She and her child went to stay with her parents. He was supposed to appear in court January 3rd. Remember that date. His response was extreme. Violence towards the victim is not unusual when the woman tries to leave. Some people judge victims, saying things like, well, why doesn't she just leave? Well, this case is an example of one of the reasons. Everyone should remember that the blame for domestic violence belongs on the abuser. If you are in a volatile or violent situation and you want to leave, please make a safety plan. You'll see in a minute how this victim did something smart that likely saved her life. At about 3:30 a.m. on January 3rd, 2023, remember, Patino was due in court later that day. Guess who shows up at the victim's parents' house? Patino, of course. The house was full of sleeping people, including a child and a dog. This time, the dog saves their lives. Patino set fire to the house in 6 different spots. Nobody sets fires at all the exits around a house if he's not intending that house to go up in flames with those people and pets inside. Here's the video of that with the sound. Listen to the dog bark. That dog saved their lives by waking everyone up and alerting them. The family managed to escape. Guess who was outside? Yep, Patino. This is when he ran the victim over with his car. She was injured but managed to escape. But the story doesn't end here. The house was saved partly because her brother had a fire extinguisher. If you don't have one of those, it's a great investment. Now here's the part when the victim made another decision that saved her life again. This woman is a survivor. She needed to go to her marital home to get some belongings. She took the police with her to keep the peace and ensure her safety. What happened next illustrates why doing this is important. If you are leaving a volatile situation or you think there's any potential for violence, you can do this too. The police won't help you move your furniture, but they will attend to make sure everyone is safe. So the police go in to check and make sure he's not in there, except he is there. He's hiding in a room. He has a gun and he's not giving up. The negotiations begin and he is absolutely recalcitrant. He is not going to listen to anyone. Now there's a standoff that goes on for hours and SWAT has to be called in. Still, he's not giving up. Then he sets his own house on fire. You can see him on the top floor, the house ablaze, throwing bricks or debris at police officers below. Does anyone believe a protection order is going to be effective with this guy? There comes a point when he has no choice but to escape his burning house, the house he set on fire. Yes, that's a metaphor. The home of the victims, so mother and child, is destroyed. Think about this child. Her father nearly killed her, tried more than once to rob her of her mother, then destroyed the child's home. What kind of father does that? I have not named the victims, even though I know people know who they are. That's out of respect for them. This mom has to somehow pick up the pieces of their lives and go on. If you know her, please give her your full support and help her in any way you can. If you don't know her, you do know someone who has suffered or is suffering as a result of domestic violence. Nobody deserves to be abused. Please support victims and your local shelter. As of this recording, Patino is in custody, being held on $4.5 million bond. Let's hope he stays there.